Today we're coming to you guys on a red day. Hey, and it's not one of these things where you have to like panic. And so that's why we decided to go live, to let you guys know that it's just to chill out a little bit. It's not the end of the world. There is a pullback today, but we kind of knew this. And, you know, I got my partner Christian here as well as we're doing this live stream. You guys have welcomed him in with open arms, and it's been pretty awesome to see you guys having support, not only for the channel, but for Christian coming in here as well. So what's up, man?
What's going on? I want to do a little exercise before we start. Everybody together with me. Woosah. Just rub the earlobes. There you go.
So, yeah, obviously the market's down here. We got the Dow down at 3.73%. SP's down just about 3%. And the NASDAQ in particular, the tech stocks are down quite a bit, 5.21% as of right now. So, I mean, look, it's one of these things where we knew that this was going to happen. And actually, if you guys were part of the Chaos Crew, you would have known that, because I put right in one of our posts. So every day, if you're part of the Chaos Crew, we put out a daily watch list. And in yesterday's daily watch list, I mean, yesterday's daily watch list, I couldn't have timed it any better. I said, I just can't believe my eyes with this market. It's a ton of fun watching your account explode, but please consider taking something off the table. This can't sustain, and you want to make sure you're taking at least some profit here, in my opinion. I said those exact words yesterday's post, and sure enough, today was a pretty down day. And yesterday it kind of started that. You know, this is a really good opportunity for a lot of you who did heed that warning and took some profit off the table, to have that cash to then be able to start buying the dips on some things that make sense. And obviously you don't want to be looking for you know, a falling knife just to try to grab something just because it's down. You want to make sure that you see some sort of consolidation and some buying return before you want to actually start scaling back in on some positions. So curious, Christian, like, what do you got today? Did you end up making any purchase today, or are you just sitting on your hands? What you got?
No, I did. I made a few purchases. So I actually, not yesterday, a couple of days ago, I scaled out of Tesla. I still had a starter position in it, but I scaled out. So I actually scaled back in. So I'm almost full position size there. Apple, I increased my position, and I actually have an order in to potentially add to Apple as well. We keep getting people in. This is awesome. So yeah, I have those. And then I'm also, I actually added to Rocket because right around here, right around 27, and I'm in it for, not for the long term, but I'll hold on to it for a couple of weeks, because I was looking at those earnings. Their margins are ridiculous.
Yeah.
I want to dig into the earnings a little bit more, but I don't think this stays down here. So I felt good about adding to Rocket.
That's kind of how I felt about CrowdStrike as well. Now, fortunately, I was not holding on to CrowdStrike through earnings, and I was able to grab some down here at 133. Currently sitting at 130, so I'm down a little bit. But I really thought that this was going to be a good opportunity. They uplifted their outlook for 2021. There's so many good things going on with CrowdStrike in that earnings report. They blew it out of the water, as we expected they would. But you can see here, looking at the 4-hour chart, it's obviously come down quite a bit from its highs at 158 just a day ago. So I think that this is a couple of things. Obviously, the market's down, all of tech is down, but I think there's also a lot of profit taking on CrowdStrike because of this huge buildup to earnings. And so I think that this allowed for some really good opportunities to grab on the dip for CrowdStrike, and I think that we continue to see this moving on up. I said that CrowdStrike should hit $200 by the end of the year. I stand by that, and I think that they actually end up crushing it.
Yeah, I want to say a few things. We did a member series video that is green days versus red days. We talked about this. People kind of have it backwards. Anybody can make money on green days. When you can find opportunities on red days, and we talked about the red zone, like, this is great. These are great opportunities. You have to be smart. You can't just willy-nilly get in there, but these are great opportunities. And that's the one thing I learned from you. I feel like since I'm still learning at trading, I feel like I'm representing the chaos crew, like the traders that are still learning and going along. So like one of the big things I learned from you is it's not about how much you make. It's about minimizing your losses. And if you can make sure that you're not having huge red days, that's really when you win.
Yeah, 100%. It's kind of one of those things where, and it's like I was saying yesterday in yesterday's post, trimming out as into the strength is really what you want to go for. You don't want to start selling into weakness. And so anybody who's selling today out of fear, it's kind of doing the opposite of what you should be doing, looking towards areas that, you really want to try to capitalize on some of that fear. So today would be the day that if you got some cash, maybe start looking to scaling some things in. I wouldn't say just go all in, but maybe buying some things here. And that's kind of what I've been doing as well with the Chaos Crew folks and the mentorship folks as well. Just basically letting everybody know, hey, I'm just buying a little bit here, a little bit there, just to kind of see what's going on, or just to kind of see where this might end up bottoming out at, because never try to actually time the actual market to try to predict the absolute bottom. You always just want to scale yourself in. But I thought that was a really good point that you made as far as the red zone. We have this thing that we call it the red zone. So when it's red, that's when the real money gets made. Yeah, I mean, I think that it's going to be really good opportunities for those who kind of really see through what's actually happening here. And look, it might end up being a red day tomorrow too, only because we have a 3-day weekend coming up. We have, typically you'll see some profit taking as well on Friday. So I think that we could very well see a red day tomorrow too, but really just depends. But I think we'll be just fine. One other thing that I also wanted to kind of bring forward as well is that we got some folks that are very tech heavy, and for obvious reasons. That's the technology sector is what's gotten us here to this point. But we've talked about having a balance of recovery stocks and tech stocks to try to offset some of the overbalance of techs. So we talked about getting into MGM.
Oh hell yeah!
Welcome to the Chaos Crew. We talked about MGM and Penn National, some of the epicenter type stocks that have taken such a beating but now are on the recovery. Now I think it's also important to make sure that you're not looking at things that are just cheap. So we want to look at things that have been beaten down but also make sense to buy. Like we talked this morning in my mentorship, which if you want to be a part of that, click the link down in the description and enter the code SUMMER if you want to do that. It'll give you a free 30 days. But we're talking in there that AMC, for example, that would be what we would consider a quote-unquote epicenter stock that had been hammered. But that still wouldn't be something that I would get into. So if we look at AMC, yes, it's cheap. I mean, it's a movie theater stock. They've announced that 70% of the movie theaters are going to open back up, still trying to follow guidelines as far as capacity and everything else. But I don't see how something like this is still going to be coming in demand. We still have Disney Plus that's releasing movies on their platform. And so if I'm, a parent who has, a family of 4, would I want to go spend $200 on the chance that maybe somebody will get sick? Or do I want to just spend the $20 or however much it's going to be, stay inside, buy myself some popcorn and just hang out?